Javihari Jayo Radha Madhava Javihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanacha Radha Madhava Javihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodananda Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Srila Prabhupada ki Saya Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacacharya Totara Sata A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Rantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Nanta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Shri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Narayanam Namaskrityam Narayanam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 20, The Structure of the Universe, Text 39. I will read till 41, 39 and 41. We have a purport there. And I will read the translations because the Sanskrit is all in prose. So translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Swami Prabhupada. On the top of Loka mountain are the four Gajapatis, the best of elephants, in the four directions by Lord Brahma, the supreme spiritual master of the entire universe. The names of those elephants are Rishabha, Pushkarachuda, Vamana, and Aparajita. They are responsible for maintaining the planetary system of the universe. Next verse. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the master of all transcendental opulences and the master of the spiritual sky. He is the Supreme Person, Bhagavan, the super soul of everyone. The demigods led by Indra, the king of heaven, are entrusted with seeing to the affairs of the material world. To benefit all living beings in all the varied planets and to increase the power of those elephants, the Lord manifests Himself on top of that mountain in a spiritual body, uncontaminated by the moods of material nature. Surrounded by His personal expansions and assistants like Vishwaksena, all His perfect opulences such as religion and knowledge, Nima, Lakima, and Mahima. He is beautifully situated, and he is decorated by the different weapons in his four hands. Text 41, translation. The various forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, such as Narayan and Vishnu, are beautifully decorated with different weapons. The Lord exhibits those forms to maintain all the varied planets created by His personal potency, Yoga Maya. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 4:6, Lord Krishna says, Sambhavami Atma Mayaya, I appear by my internal potency. The word Atma refers to the Lord's personal potency, Yoga Maya. The word Atma Maya refers to the Lord's personal potency, Yoga Maya. In both the material world and spiritual world through Yoga Maya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally maintains them by expanding Himself in different categories as the Vishnu Murtis and the demigods. He maintains the material creation from beginning to end, and He personally maintains the spiritual world. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurur Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulangayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Panchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Bebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So good morning everyone. Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam class. So this chapter called The Structure of the Universe is very over my head regarding we have a part of the devotees who have given some lectures on the technical parts, and I was trying to look for a theme here in these few verses, that hearing some lecture from other devotees to inspire me. And I would like to talk mainly of maintenance. This is the most remarkable I find here that I can handle. So there are great personalities in the universe who are being empowered by the Lord to take care of this material world. But what is explained here that they are just agents of the Lord. They may be in this case of big elephants, whoever they may be, they are receiving from the Supreme Lord, from Krishna. And actually he is the one who is maintaining. Krishna expressed in Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Pravartate, that from me are coming the spiritual worlds and the material worlds. Also we know this from the Vedas that Srila Prabhupada used to quote a lot. Nityo Nityanas Chetanas Chetananam, that there are many living entities and all of them are eternal. But there is only one, Eko, Bahunam Yobidadati Kaman, who is maintenance to all the other living entities. That's the main difference. So although there are in all levels of life and hierarchies, there are different maintainers, going from any species of life. If you see even the ant, queen ant, and this is given to the so she produces the aliment for the food for the others, and in a family, human beings, we have in traditional families, the father is the one who goes work and bring the food. We have in the country, the main maintainer is the government. Like, especially Prabhupada sometimes mentioned the communists at his time, the 70s. In Russia, they were calling out in the government as the main provider of ailments, everything. And they were trying to teach people that it's not God who is providing, but the government. In order to do that, they will tell people pray for food, and food won't come. And then they say, ask, pray to us, and then they will bring the food. Of course, that's the meaning of that is others were listened by God. So he sent the government. But the idea of the government was trying to show that we are the providers. So in this regard, there was a king who had the mentality, because we know in Bhagavad Gita the false ego, ahankara vimuda atma. Although the Lord empowered us to give protection, to give maintenance to other living entities, we become proud and we think that we are the one who is providing and protecting. There are many examples in the scriptures. In this regard, there was a king who, by being in the charity, he was proud. And he knew two beggars. There was a young beggar and an older beggar. The young beggar, he was very grateful to the king. Anytime the king will give charity, he will say, thanks, king, you are my maintainer. If it wasn't for you, I would die of starvation. The other beggar, he was appreciative of the king, but anytime the king will give something, he will say, God is my maintainer. And the king didn't like that much. He said, but I am maintaining him, and he's always saying God. So he tried to give more charity then to both of them to see the reaction of both. So one day they came to the king, and he said, okay, I have something for you. He gave to the younger, more charity, and he said, oh, thank you, king, you are so great, you are always providing. And he gave to the other, and he explained, now I'm going to give you more. because I like you, I wanted to give you more. And the other beggar said, God provides. He took it and he left. And he said, this is not nice. The king was thinking that I'm providing, and he's just thinking to God, I want to understand this. So he thought in another plan. He invited them both and told them, I make a very nice road with wonderful landscapes. Everything's nice, where you can walk and then go to your home. And he said, and the younger should go first. So why the younger first? Because he put a golden bag with golden coins in the middle of the road. So he wanted the younger beggar to find the golden coins and take them. He was thinking he will find them and then he will take them. So he sent him first, and this beggar was very allured by all the beautiful landscapes, everything. And at one moment also he was smelling nice flowers, and he closed his eyes. He was saying, this is so beautiful. And he missed the golden coins. He passed away. Then the older beggar, he went for the same road, and he was trying to appreciate everything, but he was aware of his surroundings, of everything. And then he saw the bag, God provides. So he took it. The king wanted to know what happened. What are the outcomes? So he called them and he said, so how was your trip? And the younger said, oh yeah, it was very nice. I really enjoyed. He said, but nothing else? No? You didn't find anything? No? And he looked at the older beggar and he said, how was your trip? I really enjoyed the travel by the mercy of God. By the mercy of God, I found these coins in the travel. So wonderful. God is always providing me. And the king was, this. So he tried another trick. This time he gave a pumpkin to the younger, and inside the pumpkin he put golden coins. And he gave to the younger beggar. And the beggar said, thanks, king. You are always providing. Thank you very much. So he took the pumpkin. And when he was going home, he was thinking, well, this is uncomfortable to walk with. Let me sell it in the market. So he went to the market and he sold it. He went home. And then the other beggar, he was begging in the neighborhood. He went to a market store to beg, and the man there, they said, I don't have anything. But let me think, I have this pumpkin. I can give it. So he gave the pumpkin to the older beggar, and he went home, and he opened the pumpkin and he found the golden coins. So the next day, the king called, he said, how was your day? Do you like the pumpkin? He said, well, actually, I sell it, the pumpkin. And then he asked all the beggar, so how was your day? Oh, amazing. And someone gave me in the market a pumpkin, and you know, in the pumpkin there was golden coins. So that's, God is always providing me. At this point, the king started realizing, so some knowledge came, and he understood. He said, yes, I am not your caregiver. I'm not the one who is providing. God is providing you everything. I am just a puppet. So the king could understand that no matter what he was trying to provide to the younger, there was another power who was making arrangements. So this is one whole big topic for conditioned souls. Who is the maintainer? Well, theoretically, we say it's God, it's Krishna. But in our dealings, according to our position, we have a different understanding. We were reading before how Lord, in the previous verses, how Lord Brahma is the biggest personality in the universe, but still he is humble. Although he sometimes, by the arrangement of Krishna, may challenge, was doubtful about Krishna, but he knows. He knows that everything is coming for Krishna, and all the demigods actually know that. They know that they are agents of the Lord. Sometimes for the sake of teaching the conditioned souls, like Indra, they play the role of a condition of a Vimuda, just to help us to understand that Krishna is the supreme provider. So there are other examples of Krishna the maintainer. But the one thing is that Krishna maintains all living entities. It's not that he's maintaining his devotees only, but he maintains everyone. And to his devotees, he gives another type of maintenance. He explained in Bhagavad Gita, Ananya Chintayantaman Yajana Paripasate. How is it? Atesham Nitya Apyuktanam, and then Yogakshema Bahamyaham. So he provides to all living entities food and basic needs, even to a litter, to an ant, to a bear, and to human beings. But for his devotees, he is saying that Yogakshamam Bahamyaham. Prabhupada explains that this refers to keep their Krishna consciousness. That even if a devotee may fall down, so he's giving the necessary his devotees to keep close to him, like that Dadami Buddhi Yoga. He's given the Buddhi Yoga, the intelligence by which the devotees can go closer to Krishna, or they can perform their services. He's providing. So even in our devotional service, when we perform services, we are also being maintained by the Lord. It's not that it's coming from our power. So Krishna is providing the power even to worship Him. So we cannot worship or pray to Krishna without His blessings. Like we know Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, when they meet the Lord, they were speechless. But Krishna was providing the words to them so they can praise the Lord. So even to glorify the Lord, we cannot be proud because Krishna is providing the words to glorify Him. Like little children, sometimes they are meeting a great personality, and their parents are dictating the word, like say thank you. Or say the child is like this, doesn't know what to say, and their parents are saying say this, say that, say thank you, like that. So in this some way, Krishna is telling us about, tell me this, or you can tell me about this. He's providing us the knowledge by which we can glorify and understand Him, by the scriptures. The spiritual masters, it's not that we find the spiritual master, but Krishna sent the spiritual master. It's not like the dangerous position is when we say, I have to find a spiritual master who is bona fide, and we start analyzing and thinking that we will find that a spiritual master, and we can judge, but this is not very bona fide. Or this spiritual master, no, he doesn't put nice, his chara is not well, I can put my chara better than him, so he couldn't be my spiritual master. And then we see another, oh, I know more verses than this spiritual master. Maybe he may be not bona fide. So we may use very materialistic conceptions of who is a spiritual master. But the mechanics is that we have to pray to Saint Krishna for him to reveal us who is our spiritual master and send us a spiritual master. And then we depend of Guru to achieve Krishna, to reach Krishna. So the reality of everyone is that we are completely dependent in all circumstances of life. There are the different devotees in the scriptures that they got this understanding, like Srimad Thakur, for example. Even he was doing kirtan 24 hours a day. First, they were doing kirtan with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during the day, sometime. But later on, they thought, why stop? So we should go 24 hours. But Srivastava was a grihasta, so he has a family. He had a family to maintain. And he's supposed to work and maintain his family. But he was doing kirtan all day. He wasn't working, anything. And many people, they were wondering how Srivastava is maintaining himself, because he's chanting all day. And Lord Chaitanya once asked him, Srivas, how do you maintain yourself and your family? You are a grihasta, you have different responsibilities, but you are chanting with us all day. So how is it? And Srivastava, he didn't answer. He just do. Lord Chaitanya was, so Srivas, please answer me. How do you keep your family going on if you are chanting all day? And Srivastava didn't answer again, and he said. So this went on, and finally Srivastava explained to Lord Chaitanya, if I need anything, I just clap 3 times. If after a while nothing comes from my family and from me, I will take a rope and I will jump into the Ganges. And Lord Chaitanya started glorifying him because he understood that this is the faith of Srivastava. It's not that he was proving the Lord, but he was completely sure that Krishna will provide everything. No? Krishna, Sabde Sudrida Nishchaya. He had firm faith that by just worship Siddhari, karma and responsibility will be fulfilled. He had that conviction. So, for devotees, the contemporary devotees, they have many realizations about that, because it's not a big thing that Krishna will provide the necessity. For the devotees, they can see. Jesus Christ used to say, even the birds are getting food and clothes, they have nice garments, and what to speak of human beings. However, it's nice always to how Krishna acts with his devotees. Another example from a scripture is Mrigari, who also had faith in Narada Muni. Narada Muni was entering in the forest while chanting the glories of the Lord. And while he was entering the forest, he started listening to animals crying, like a deer crying, and then he saw the painful situation of the deer who was half killing, and then he walked more deep into the forest, and he saw a boar also half killing and suffering and crying, and he was touched by this, and he wanted to know what's going on. And finally he found the responsible, And he was this very horrible man called Mrigari, the enemy of the animals. And Narada Muni, he felt pity for him. So when he approached him, all the animals started running, and Mrigari was thinking, "Oh, what this man is doing? He's spoiling my day because now I won't be able to catch any animal." But just by seeing Narada Muni, his heart started changing. So instead of insulting him, he became, "Holy man, why are you coming here? You see that the animals, they run. What can I do for you?" And Narada Muni said, "Please don't kill these animals. Don't let them have killing because they are suffering." And then Mrigari explained, "Oh, but this is that the man taught me that. I don't see anything wrong in half killing. I enjoy that." Then Narada Muni explained the law of karma to him. And finally, Mrigari, bewildered by seeing his future of sinful reactions by killing animals. So Mrigari, at this point, he was transformed by the association of Narada Muni and said, "Okay, I'm surrendering to you. I want to be free from all sinful reactions. What should I do?" And the first instruction of Narada Muni was a test. He said, "Give up your vow, break it, give up all your possessions, and go to the forest, make a cabin, and worship the Tulsi tree." And Mrigari was bewildered. He said, "But who will maintain me and my wife? If this is the only job I know, I don't know how to do anything else." And Narada Muni said, "Don't worry, we'll provide the food every day. So just go." And he had that faith, so he went, he started worshiping Tulsi. And every day, people were saying, "Oh, this Mrigari became a saint, so let's bring him food." So everyone was bringing food every day. And they had so much food that they started even giving charity to others and inviting people to take prasadam. So that's another example how the Lord, even if you don't do anything, He can maintain you. Because Prabhupada said that your income is not the source of your maintenance. We perform the duty of working because we have to do it, because it's dharma, for the sake of duty. Because you have to do something and everyone is engaged. But it's not because if you don't do it, you're not going to get any food. Anything. Krishna is Om Purnam, Purnam Nidam. This universe is complete. And if you understand that, He will be providing. So in many, when we were doing book distribution in Moreno Valley in California, we were traveling first around California. At one point, we decided to rent a house, and from there go to different places. And so the first day we came there, it was an empty house, so we didn't have anything there with the other brahmacharis. And we also didn't have any money because we bought books. So we have books, everything, and pay the rent. And so if we wanted to eat something, we have to go and beg. Go with the books and then get some Lakshmi, buy something. So different devotees, they went, and then we meet each other. And when every devotee was coming back, they were coming with big plastic bags with fruits and others, like pumpkin, whatever, because we were going door to door, and then we were explaining that we're monks, and people would, sometimes they will buy the book, and sometimes they will just give something out. Without even, we didn't ask, and they were giving. And this was the first day. So at the second day, one devotee went to a market to buy something, and there was an Indian man, and he said, "Are you Hare Krishna?" Yeah, we are doing book distribution, renting a. He said, "Hare Krishna, Prabhu." He said, "How can I would like to assist the mission." And say, "What do you need?" "No, but we just Whatever, if you want to bring something, it's okay. And he said, well, I can provide you every day for food so you don't have to pay. And he brought a whole bag for making chai. Every day he was coming and bringing things. So we never had Lakshmi from Sankirtan for buying food. This in 2 days. So when one is engaged in the mission of the Lord, he doesn't have to worry for these things. It's like providing. One friend of mine, they were preaching in Argentina, and they were in Ushuaia. It's in South Argentina. It's very, really cold. And they were in a van. So also the first day, when you never had any money because you buy all the books. So you go in the van, and then you're there. So if you want to get something, also you have to give the books and then get the Lakshmi. And that same day, one devotee stayed there taking care of the books. By the time all the Sankirtan devotees finished, they came. Many people had come just to knock the door, and they were bringing food. People come, can I help you guys? So you're missionaries bringing and some food. So there is always example of that. I remember I went to Paraguay one day, and I went to a village, and I went with the dhoti, but I didn't know where I was one night. And first, 2 people invited me to their house. So I chose one, and then I say, okay, I will go at evening time. And then I continued doing Sankirtan, and there was one man came, and he said, my wife is looking for the Hare Krishnas. And they were here they were chanting a few months ago, and they gave us a card, and then we lost the card. And now that I've seen you, I know that my wife will be really happy to see you. Please stay in my home. And I say, no, but another person invited me already. I say, okay. And he said, but come and see at least. And when this lady saw me, she just started crying. He said, somehow she develops an attachment for the devotees by see them chanting, and she gave me a chadar. I don't know how she got the chadar, orange chadar. And they told me, come tomorrow for breakfast. So the next day I went there, and she made some fruit, everything. So of course the most important thing that the devotees can appreciate from the Lord, because these things are actually to others, but it's nice how we can see the really of us in a more personal way. But the most important is the tools that Krishna is Krishna consciousness. So critical moments, we find a devotee. Like we are without association, or maybe we are going down, and somehow a devotee appears and help us. And there are also many examples of that, of devotees who didn't have association in critical moments, and then somehow Krishna make an arrangement. Sometimes those arrangements may take years, but it is always there. Even we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, anytime Narada Muni comes, it's amazing. He comes in the right moment. Like Krishna is providing. Like when Maharaj Yudhishthira is lamenting Dhritarashtra leaving home, then Narada Muni appears and he pacifies him. Srila Vyasadeva, after writing all this great literature, like it's like a Nobel Prize, 1,000 Nobel Prize he could have had. Something that everyone will be very proud to do it, but Vyasadeva was insatisfied because he was lacking something in satisfaction. So his Krishna consciousness, he was saying it wasn't okay, and Narada Muni appears at the right moment when he was lamenting. So Krishna is always sending devotees. I know some devotees who left Krishna consciousness, and then they couldn't escape from Krishna. I have a friend in Argentina who he would do an amazing service, and he was temple president there. Well, later on, different events happened, and so he left Krishna consciousness, but still his wife was at the. So they lived together. He's responsible. So they lived together here in US, and so one day I met him, and he remembered me. So we were talking, and he was telling me, "Yeah, I don't want to know, but it's amazing." He said, "Krishna, my daughter is almost a pure devotee." He said. So they like to worship everything, so we have deities, everything, but I don't really want, I'm not chanting around, but my wife is so devoted. So Krishna doesn't allow me to really be completely being away from him. And I know another, one devotee who left Krishna consciousness, he intoxicants everything. And then he got a girlfriend, and the girlfriend became a devotee. And also I was friend of him, and then I started practicing Krishna consciousness. So and then he was I saw him after I was 7 years here in US. I went back to Argentina, and somehow I met him, and he came and he had children now. He had like 3-4 children, and he said, "I introduce you. This is Narada Muni. He's Ajamil," and he put all names like remember from the scripture. From the Ajamil was one because he started. He was thinking it would be nice to remember Ajamil. Then he put Narada Muni, and also he's dying. He was saying Narayan. So somehow, and he's not practicing, but still he knows, so Krishna is there somehow. So they know. So somehow Krishna is trying to protect his devotees. Is there any comment? Maybe question?
Hare Krishna, bro. Thanks for the class. A lot of people think that if you develop spirituality, you become a loser materially and in the material sense. And if you develop materialistic life, you are a loser in spirituality.
Like they don't go together.
Yes, so how you can or we can solve that contradiction?
Well, by the example of the Srimad Bhagvatam, we have most of the devotees are, except the sadhus, they are almost. I cannot say statistic would be a speculation, but many of them are millionaires. Like for example, Maharaj Yudhishthira. At the end, he was having the whole kingdom, leading the world. Then help me with others. We have King Bharat. So these were very powerful people. What? Yeah, there are many kings, and so there are many examples of powerful personalities, both materially speaking and spiritually powerful. So even Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, they were materially, but they give up everything, literally. But they are also an example. They were that they didn't believe that, but they were considered by others as great, intelligent people because they know many languages. So they were very well educated and they have a lot of money. And they were working for the government because they were very capable, but they didn't believe that. They were looking for pure devotional self. And in contemporary live we have the devotee like Ambarish Prabhu, he's the grandson of foreign. He never lose his money, so he's still has money. And I think now he's going Lisa sannyasi, so now, but he has been living with all lenses, but using for Krishna without losing his Krishna consciousness, and he's not considered a loser in the spiritual sense. On the contrary, he pleased Srila Prabhupada, helped to build temples. He's one of the main persons building Mayapur temple. So we have many examples. And then we have also example of poor, like Kolavecha Siddhar, he was very poor materially speaking. But Lord Chaitanya used to tell him, you are hiding your treasure. You are hiding your treasure always. And that was his pure devotion for Krishna. He didn't want anything. When Lord Chaitanya and the Prakash Lila told him, okay, ask me anything you want. And he just asked to meet always this naughty boy who was, he used to have an exchange with Lord Chaitanya about, he was selling banana peels, and Lord Chaitanya always want to try to get the banana peels by paying anything, almost, and so they have a discussion always, and he will enjoy a lot Kolavecha Siddhartha. So he just wanted to have these exchanges always, eternally. Although he was really poor, like in Argentina, like the devotees, when you have the devotees, well, you have hold in your dhoti, they will tell you to do like Kolavecha Siddhartha. If you have a hold, you do like this. Instead, because Kolavecha Siddhartha didn't have even money for buying thread, so he would just make a knot where there is a hole. So he was very poor, but he was very rich in Krishna consciousness. He was a successful devotee. So there. Okay, Prabhu. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thing is that to answer the question, actually, devotee of the Lord, they are not poor. They are opulent. Because, in material vision, though it appears like that, but they are really opulent. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sanjay said, Jatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Tatra Jatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sri Vijayar Bhutir, Durva Nitir Matri Mama. That means he gave his final conclusion that wherever is Krishna, wherever is devotee, all opulence is there. Sri means all opulence are there. So there is no question of poverty. And though it appears like that, but really that's not like that. So, but in material vision, how we are not losing anything. We are getting something actually. But you see, Prabhupada used to tell, see, we are feeding 10,000 devotees every day. And where the money is coming from? Who is maintaining? Like you cannot maintain one person, but the whole ISKCON is serving, And a lot of devotees, maybe now more than 10,000. So that time it was 10,000 devotees. Is maintained by Krishna. So and devotees are living very opulently. And whatever devotee is eating, the material people, they are not getting that. Yeah. The devotees are maintaining vehicles, everything for the purpose of servicing to Krishna. So really devotees are very, very opulent then. And actually that's the real gold.
They have the wealth. But even if they don't have money, because Krishna's arrangement or whatever, they still there, like you said, they are still opulent.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada also used to comment, and he was very much fired up. When the people they say Daridra Narayana, devotees are like Daridra Narayana means devotees are not Daridra. They are not poor because they have got everything.
Devotees have mystic power. They can without any money. All the devotees they travel and people ask, so where do you get your money? So do you work? No, but you're traveling. And the devotee said, no, I'm just distributing books, for example. So they cannot understand how they can do it. And when a lady became disturbed with me, I was in the Iguazu Falls with the devotees from Paraguay. So they took me there, and I was dressing like this. And so this lady approached me, and she started talking. And he said, where are you from? I'm from Argentina. And we were talking, and I told her, do you go to India? I said, yes, I went to India, such and such. And that place was very expensive to be there. So the devotees pay for me to be there. So she also asked her here, because this is like it's expensive. And I said he was there. And she said, but do you work? No, I don't work. I'm a monk. And she started becoming like a little bit upset. She said, but how are you doing? Then you said you went to India. How are you? And I said, oh, Krishna, the God, is already providing whatever we need. And she said, nah. She was trying to thinking that I was stealing money or something.
And one more last thing is that, take for example of color, take example of Kapila Muni. What is that? He made so much for Devavati. For Devavati. Then he made one big planetary system and made so many things by his mystic. So devotee is always powerful, but they do not exhibit. Today morning, Srila Prabhupada was giving one class. That means devotee has power, mystic powers, but they do not exhibit. They always humble and weak, and they think Krishna is all enjoyer. I think, yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada ki, Antarashtra Srimad Bhagavatam ki.